Okay, man, let's talk some Lakers Grizzlies. Great night last night with the Jimmy performance, and then this game, my Grizzlies prediction, which for like 5 seconds was the Lakers, and then I switched off. It's not looking good right now, man. I want to dive into a bunch of stuff, but let's start with the LeBron. Three isolations between the fourth quarter and overtime. He had the one on Tillman, where he had to go super high off the glass. And looking at that one again, man, Jaren is right there on the contest. I mean, Jaren had 5 blocks in this game, and I want to say 4 of them, including 2 very late in that game, were him just sagging off of whether it be Rui or I think AD was one of them and just being a weak side nightmare if you're the offense, as Jaren pretty much always is. Then we had the one where LeBron beat Jaren in a one-on-one on the switch, and then the one where he beats Brooks from nearly starting from half court and then gets the foul, and he's screaming, and hey, listen, this stuff is still in there for LeBron. I mean, he's got to manage his stamina and all that stuff, but if he's got to do it for a few plays, he's still got it in him, clearly. Now, I'll get into the X's and O's and all that beautiful stuff in a second, but just real quick on Dillon Brooks, listen, bro. First off, the whole LeBron is old and I don't respect him thing, like that was just trying way too hard off rip. But besides that, if you're going to be that guy, you can't then shoot as badly as he has been shooting, get cooked by LeBron in the biggest moment of the game, and then be afraid to talk to the media every time you guys lose in the series. Anyway, within the grind that this game was to get buckets for either side, we did see some things with the Lakers offense in the fourth there. So D'Lo had the 3 threes, one of which was just over Jaren on a play that seemed like it was kind of going nowhere otherwise. There was another where Reeves, he got a little bit of an attack off the catch game going, and then Jaren helped kind of aggressively off of D'Lo from the top of the key. I guess he felt like he could get back, but D'Lo ended up getting that one. There was a great play where LeBron got a screen from, I want to say it was Dennis Schroeder, and then LeBron splits the hedge from Ja, gets to the middle, swing to Rui, then swing to Reeves, and then Reeves attacks off the catch and gets a layup with like a minute left. Reeves also screened for LeBron, which resulted in him getting a corner 3 because as he flashed to the three-point line, it was like Xavier Tillman who had to go out to him, I think, and he just kind of stayed with LeBron because he was scared of the drive or whatever, because Tyus Jones was involved in the action, so Tillman's like, well, crap, if I just leave, then it's Tyus guarding LeBron. I guess this is more of a general thing, but like, given how smart LeBron is, anybody screening for him, assuming that guy can at least do a little bit off the bounce or whatever, it can give you good offense, man, especially when you're putting like the other team's weakest defender in the action. And when you have a game where AD is not scoring a lot for you, doing things on defense, we'll get to that in a second, you need as many creative plays as you can get, and then LeBron to just kind of drag you to the finish line. Anyway, on to the Grizzlies offense. So they were 9 for like 40-something on threes, and there was one play that just kind of summed it up for me where Ja takes D'Lo off the dribble on the left wing. This is in the middle of the second quarter. And AD is just sitting there in the paint. You've got LeBron, who is playing off of Dillon Brooks in the corner. Ja throws it to Brooks because AD's just right there, and it's going to be a tough finish for Ja. And Brooks, decently open 3. I mean, it's an okay closeout from LeBron, and Brooks just airballs the 3. And it's just like, man, what the hell do you do at that point? There are other things to talk about. I mean, Vanderbilt blocked a Jaren Jackson 3 very early in the game. Shout out to Vando on that one. But to talk about AD's defense, I know Desmond Bane was cooking from, especially within the arc and pull-up jumpers and all that. But, I do think AD defensively was able to hold back Ja a bit. And, I mean, some of it was help defense stuff, definitely. And some of it also was just him in a drop, pretty much. And, there was a pull-up 3 that Ja missed with AD in a drop. There was a pull-up 2-pointer that I remembered that he missed. There was also at least like one kind of awkward-looking floater that he missed. There was also 2 plays that were nearly identical to each other. One of them was in fourth quarter, one of them was in overtime, where Rui was actually dropping on Ja screens, and then AD was helping from the corner off of Tillman, and they were able to get a good contest on Ja without fouling. And again, that was 2 different plays. There was one in overtime where AD was in a drop on a Ja Tillman screen, but Schroeder actually did more of the work, where he was able to fight around the screen and really just kind of stonewall Ja and do an awkward like free throw line floater thing. The one thing with that though is I feel like in the third quarter, the Grizzlies came out of the gate with a clear plan of running some offense that was designed to counter a drop. And so like the very first thing they do is like it's a Bane Tillman action, and then they have Dillon Brooks set a second screen on AD just to free up Bane with a little more space to get to like a more comfortable pull-up mid-range. There was another where there was like a clear plan to swing it to Morant on the opposite wing, kind of reminiscent of those couple plays they ran within the blowout of the last game. They also had, this will be the last one I do, but they also had a really nice one where Ja and Jaren, they run a pick and roll. Dylan, again, sets a second screen. And then at the same time, you've got Desmond Bain, who's going baseline, gets a screen from Tillman. So you got like two actions kind of happening at the same time. And AD's got this moment of, well, I've got Ja coming at me. I got Jaren, who was just on the roll. And I got Tillman and Bain doing something over here. So what do? And it resulted in Tillman getting one of the easiest shots of the night. At least that's what it felt like. So there were some moments of the Grizzlies kind of having their way with the Lakers defense, but it didn't hold up very long. And so the question moving forward is, can they just have more of those types of actions, just extra stuff off the ball to free up the paint, or just throw multiple things at the Lakers for you? Because it just seems like getting consistent buckets out of Memphis right now is just really tough. There is also still that one adjustment sitting there, which is more Luke Kennard, less Dylan Brooks, which I think definitely makes you better on offense, but probably worse on defense. And I mean, the Grizzlies, they had definitely chances to win this game. It was a nail biter, so I don't know. We'll see what they want to do. The last little thing is if they can try to find a few minutes here and there where they can have Ja in the game when AD is not in the game, which could make it a little easier for you to score inside.